Ever watched a movie and realised something looks familiar? Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 UK movie locations you can actually visit. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a road trip around Britain, stopping in at the UK's best known movie locations. We're focusing on scenes shot in or around real life places, and we won't be featuring purpose-built film studios, although Pinewood is always worth a visit. Number 10, Osterley Park, Hounslow, The Dark Knight Rises. Let's kick things off in style, shall we? While Nottingham's Walton Hall provides the exteriors, Osterley was used for interior shots of Wayne Manor in Christopher Nolan's Batman films.
I'm so terribly sorry, Mr. Wayne.
The mansion has a hidden behind the bookcase passage used for secret trips to the Batcave, as well as a grand gallery scene in some scenes.
The foundation is funded by the profits of Wayne Enterprises. There have to be some.
Aside from reclusive superheroes, Osterley has also housed a former Batman, Val Kilmer, in 1984's Top Secret, as well as everyone's favourite kids' TV comedians Barry and Paul Chuckle in the 1990s series Chucklevision. Number 9, Knoll House, Kent, Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. Built in the late 15th century and set within a sprawling country park, this majestic house was used in the second instalment of Guy Ritchie's high-octane take on Sherlock Holmes. As the house features in a scene set in Switzerland, the courtyards for the National Trust property were filled with fake snow to create a suitably alpine atmosphere. Knole has also appeared in 2008's The Other Boleyn Girl, 2010's gory Burke and Hare, and 2011's swashbuckling Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Upon my naked word, you'll not see the dawn.
Number 8, St John's College, Cambridge, The Theory of Everything. An Oscar-winning role for Eddie Redmayne as world-renowned physicist Stephen Hawking, much of this movie was filmed at Cambridge University where Hawking studied, with scenes involving some of its most iconic buildings.
Well, that's astonishing, isn't it?
St John's features throughout the film, taking centre stage for the May Ball scene and for a memorably romantic moment between Stephen and Jane on Kitchen Bridge.
Well, you've got to get back to the beginning of time. We've got a long way to go. Oh, keep winding.
Unlike some other entries on this list, the buildings haven't been overly disguised. They've just been given a slight 60s makeover. Number 7, Chatsworth House, Derbyshire, Pride and Prejudice. Serving as Mr. Darcy's estate in this rather fancy mid-2000s Jane Austen adaptation, Chatsworth House is actually thought to have been Austen's inspiration for Pemberley when Pride and Prejudice was first written.
I'm so sorry to intrude. They said that the house was open for visitors. I had no idea.
A Mr. Darcy bust can even be found in the house's orangery shop. Located within the vast grounds, stop by Chatsworth to follow in Keira Knightley's footsteps and relive some of cinema's most romantic moments.
Mrs. Darcy. Mrs. Darcy.
A little less fancy but equally historic, 2010's The Wolfman was also filmed here. Number 6, the Sainsbury Centre, Norwich, Avengers: Age of Ultron. You might not immediately associate the Avengers with the rural landscapes of Norfolk, but the MCU's blockbuster superheroes are actually based there, at the University of East Anglia in Norwich.
That man has no regard for lawn maintenance.
The Sainsbury Centre of Visual Arts at UEA first appeared as Avengers HQ towards the end of Age of Ultron, before providing a set for Spider-Man Homecoming in 2017.
They just finished remodeling the whole thing.
The distinctive glass structure offers a break from the standard city-based chaos which the franchise usually deals in, and gives Iron Man & Co. the chance to cruise through campus in their downtime.
You alright? I'm home.
Number 5, Kenwood House, Hampstead Heath, Notting Hill. Another grand old country manor, Kenwood House appears as the location for a film within a film, in a famous Notting Hill scene which sees Hugh Grant eavesdrop on Julia Roberts.
I'm afraid I can't let you through, sir.
A peaceful place on the outskirts of London, it's a popular haunt for fans of the rom-com, who can sit and relax in the exact spot where Hugh Grant has his heart broken.
So who's that rather diffident chap I saw you talking to around the back?
No one.
Plus, when you've finished perfecting your very best Hugh Grant impression, you can take in a prize collection of artwork inside.
Come and have a look.
Number 4, Princes Street, Edinburgh, Trainspotting. Sticking with the 90s, the locations in Trainspotting are almost as memorable as the movie's soundtrack. The iconic opening scene was shot in a number of locations across Edinburgh, from Princes Street to St Ninian's Row, where a rogue car bonnet halts Renton's escape attempt. Nowadays, to pay homage to the sequence, there are even organised Trainspotting sprint tours, allowing runners to tread the same route as McGregor did all those years ago, as well as passing other memorable locations from the movie. Number 3, Castleberry Park, Watford, Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace. These scenes of an intergalactic forest took us way outside the Earth's orbit, but they were filmed just inside the London Orbital Motorway, aka the M25.
No, Mr. Stay! Mr. called Jar Jar Binks. Mr. your humble servant.
That won't be necessary.
Castleberry Park is just a short space flight away from Leavesden Studios, where most of The Phantom Menace was filmed. The park includes the thoroughly English-sounding Whippendale Woods, which serve as a leafy backdrop on Naboo, where Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi meet Jar Jar Binks.
You saved my again.
What's this?
A local.
Jar Jar sure hasn't mastered the North London accent though.
You should follow me now, today.
Number 2, the Old Royal Naval College, Greenwich, Les Misérables. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, and used to convince us that southeast London is actually Revolution-era France.
Do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men?
Overflowing with Parisian grandeur, some pivotal Les Mis scenes were filmed at the Old Royal Naval College, including the planning of the rebellion at the funeral of Lamarck, which was shot in the Painted Hall, and the initial uprising.
You talk of battles to be won, and here he comes like Don Juan. It is better than an opera.
And for some bonus trivia, the barricades pictured in the final scene, which stood just outside the college, are mostly made of furniture found at a Welsh reclaim yard. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions.
Everything all right? Let's get cracking.
I'm not here to rehearse.
Wait, don't! No, don't!
Number 1, Platform 9 3/4, King's Cross Station, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The famous gateway to Hogwarts and the rest of Harry's wizarding world, Platform 9 3/4 has become a place of pilgrimage for all Harry Potter fans. So much so, King's Cross actually has a dedicated spot where us mere muggles can recreate the magic.
Can you tell me where I might find Platform 9 3/4?
9 3/4? Think you're being funny, do ya?
However, the famous scene where Hagrid passes Harry his ticket before promptly disappearing wasn't shot in London, but in fact at York Station.
Here's your ticket. Stick to it, Harry. That's very important. Stick to your ticket.
And while we're on the subject of train-based Harry Potter locations, special mention for the Glenfinnan Viaduct, seen along the picturesque route of the Hogwarts Express.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.